Hello guys and welcome to today's training. So this one I think is going to be super helpful for anyone who's currently finding themselves maybe up against it in regards to being the summer holidays. Maybe not if you're watching this back, but right now we've just kind of started the school holidays here. So I know that a lot of my clients are struggling with fitting workouts in around childcare and things, work commitments, trying to keep the kids occupied, trying to also look after yourself, fit your workouts in. Maybe you're not having as much time to be spending on things like meal prep, or even just not having to eat whatever your kids are eating, or maybe being a bit more on the go out and about with them. I know there's also a lot of my clients who are finding that work commitments are really ramping up, whether that's because you've got a holiday coming up and you're trying to get as many kind of projects finished off as possible, or with other people being off on holiday, you're having to kind of pick up a bit more responsibility and take on a bit more of a higher workload than usual, and you're finding the same things, that it's hard trying to fit everything in, and it can feel a bit overwhelming, because also we want to make sure that you are still working on you're still working towards your goals. They shouldn't have to take a back seat just because things are getting busy. But I think the main objective is to know when to pick your battles, know which things to focus on, know what to tick off on a really busy day, know what you should be prioritising and things like that. So I think that's what today's training is really going to benefit you with, and just help you maybe take a little bit of pressure off yourself and not think, oh my God, I've got 5 things that I need to do every day. Like if you think of our little habits that we've got on Trainerize, and if you're not ticking off every single habit, like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. It's about knowing which of these ones are best to do first, and think, well, I've only got so much time today. I've literally got an hour that I can be away from my desk. What am I going to do with that hour? Should I do a workout? Should I go for a walk? Should I go and have a healthy, like prepare a healthy lunch or something? It's knowing what to do with that time to get you the most out of that time and get you closer towards your goal. So just because you can't do it all doesn't mean that you can't keep progressing. It doesn't mean that the game's over, and because you're not ticking all the boxes, you're not going to progress at all. So I think that's what today is all about. For this this training, I want you to leave having an action plan, having some plan Bs, because you'll see that I've given it a really weird name. This is called the Meatloaf Protocol, and it'll all become clear in a little minute why I've called it that. I think I've just been having a wee bit of a laugh. To be honest, I thought I was quite smart with this one. But yeah, if you're a Meatloaf fan, you might have guessed why I've called it this, but if not, then hang with me, because I'm about to show what I've been working on. So let me just get my wee slides up here. Usual with me trying to share my screen. But hang tight there. Share screen. And it's this one. Let's just see, shall we? I'm still here. Yay, it worked. Right. I always have a shock of this one. Right, let's go full screen with this. Got it in one. I'm getting good at this, guys. Right, the Meatloaf Protocol. Rest in peace to the big man, of course. If you're a big Meatloaf fan like me, then I hope you enjoy why I've called it this. So, if you go back on Meatloaf, he had a very popular song, 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad, and that is pretty much the inspiration of today's training. It's about picking your battles. It's not about getting, I've mentioned like 5 habits. Say you've got 3 habits. If you can get 2 out of 3 done, that is not bad, especially if you're really up against it and struggling, like I said, to tick all the boxes. It doesn't have to be that way. We want you to be confident in prioritising which battles to pick. Yeah, and also that's what I'm here for as well. If at any point you're ever really majorly struggling with things and you need to know, what you're juggling and think, I can't do it all just now, what should I prioritise? Then, that's what I'm here to help you with, and to point you in the right direction. But just hopefully having watched this will give you a little bit more confidence and a bit of reassurance as well, that, you're not alone, you're not suffering alone. Everybody is, like, things are just mental again. Obviously we've had the pandemic and whatever, and things are just right back 0 to 100 pretty much. Everybody's back on holidays and works, or like people's jobs are crazy and stuff again. We're back to that busy way of life, and a lot of us are kind of struggling to readjust, I think, and maybe are less willing to readjust because we know what a bit of balance has been like. But that's a whole other kettle of fish. This is just about helping you, yeah, this isn't about what other people are doing. This is about what you are able to do for yourself, so that you're not climbing the walls, so that you're not stressing yourself out even more, so that I'm not stressing you out and I'm saying, why have you not done this, this and this? If you're struggling, then obviously let me know. But like I said, I want you to be able to watch this and feel a bit more confident going forwards, that you know what you should be prioritising and feel confident that you're still going to be progressing. It might make things a little bit slower, that's okay, but as long as you're still doing things, ticking boxes and trying to reinforce your positive habits, that is an amazing thing to be able to do when you're up against it. And you should be proud of yourself for trying to get as many things done as possible. Like I says, when things, you might not be able to get everything perfect, and that's okay. We're not about perfect. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. As long as you're also being genuine as well. Like, it's not, oh God, I'm just so busy today, I just can't get a workout and sticking echoes with the friends on, which I've done before. It's funny how I came to friends so quickly there. That is also me speaking from experience. But yeah, that is pretty much what today is all about. So let's have a look here. I want you to keep reminding yourself when you're struggling and you're just really up against it. I want you to reinforce your goals and remember what you're doing and why you're doing it. Okay, there's obviously a reason why you've came to me, why you're training with me, why you've got me as your coach. There's also been something you've been wanting to work on, you've been wanting to improve yourself in a certain way, and everybody's got different goals. Predominantly for my Aspire 90 clients, you're obviously menopausal women, and you are dealing with your body changing, you're dealing with all sorts of stresses and pressures at this time in your life, and you're just trying to take control of these changes that are happening to you as much as you can, whether that is trying to lose some weight, whether you're trying to build a stronger body and incorporate strength training into your lifestyle, and whether you're just trying to juggle all sorts of things and maintain a social life and maintain your working life and all these kind of things. We just want everything to improve your quality of life, not take away from it. And that is what I'm aiming for today, for you to feel like you can do all the things or do as much as you can, and not feel like this is hindering your life. Yeah, this should be like a necessity to you. This should be something that you look forward to doing. You should or maybe not look forward to, but you should be wanting to take you to the next level. It shouldn't be a chore. You should need to remember that you have chose to do this. There's a reason why you've wanted to do this, and you need to remind yourself of it, because those days that the motivation starts waning and there's other things, there's work demands coming in thick and fast, there's family demands, there's all this, and you need to remember that it's okay to prioritise yourself, but it's also okay to let things take a back seat sometimes as well. You're not always going to be on it. Even me, like as a personal trainer, I understand when things are a priority for myself, even looking after you guys a lot of the time. I've had to, skip my own training and things like that. But fortunately, after the pandemic and things have calmed down a bit now, I'm back to being used to prioritising and picking my battles and all that kind of thing. But when I was back at work, absolutely, if anybody wanted a training session and I'd scheduled in my own workout, I'd be like, absolutely, I'll drop my workout and get you guys in. And I'm a bit better at doing that now, just with practice and all the rest of it, and being able to pick my own battles and knowing what to do. And I want you guys to be able to feel the same. So remember what it is that you're working towards. What is your goal? Was it weight loss? Was it about feeling stronger? Was it about feeling healthier? Was it about being able to walk up the stairs and not feel out of breath? Was it about being able to pick up your shopping bags and not struggle like walking them to the door? Is it about, just feeling better, waking up in the morning, having a wee spring in your step, feeling a bit more energized, having a better quality of sleep because you are moving more throughout the day? Is it about making better food choices and feeling confident that come the weekends, or if you've got social events on, you can have nice food and enjoy yourself and don't feel like you should always be on a diet and you can't have this and you can't have that, you're cutting that out. All these different things. So remind yourself what it is that you are working on, because it's so important. Like I said, there's a reason why you started, and there must be a reason. This reason must be good enough to keep you going. So what is your why? A lot of people are doing it obviously for themselves. They're doing it for their family. They want to make sure that they're living as healthy a life as possible so that they can be there for their family and their loved ones, and they want to be able to be sharp and focused and having good quality sleep and moving their body well, so that their minds function well, so they can smash their job and so they can be really productive in work and get the most out of their colleagues and their team and out of themselves. and just have a really high functioning job performance. So what is it that you can do every day to keep yourself progressing? Yeah, that is what we're going to be looking at. All of the boxes that you can tick out of the ones that are there. It's not about ticking them all the time. There will be periods of time, of course. That's why I set them. I'll always make sure that I set things that are realistic, okay? I try not to give you guys unrealistic goals that are just overwhelming. You can't tick them all and you just get a bit frazzled. The aim of this is, or the aim of me giving you goals is things that will keep you, ticking over. Like if you've got a long-term goal, you need to have wee short-term goals to keep going. And that's the point of those, is that little things you can tick off every day. And these little habits build up and help you achieve these long-term goals. So what is it that you can do every day to keep yourself progressing? And we're going to have a look here and see about a backup plan, because if there's certain things that you've got, so have a look even on prioritise, or if you've got your own little goals as well, I want you to write them down right now. Write down all of your goals that you have that you do every day, whether you wake up, you have a wee morning routine, whether you wake up and go for a walk, whether you just get up and have a nice breakfast, or if you start your day with a coffee, maybe a bit of meditation, maybe a stretch, maybe you go straight to the gym first thing in the morning. What are these things that you do every single day? Write them down. It could be something like drinking 2 litres of water every day. Write down what your goals are that you are currently being assigned. And it isn't necessarily ones that you are definitely doing. There might be ones on there that you've just not been really getting a chance to do. That's okay. Just write them all down. And just now, I'll give you a wee minute there, and then we're going to have a look at the backup plan. So make sure you get a wee pen and paper handy, or you can be using, your own version of this to just write them down, get them logged on there. Doesn't have to be anything too spectacular. Nice cup of tea. Right, the backup plan. Let's have a look at this. So I want you to look ahead at this coming month. So we're just into July for those who are watching this just now. If you're watching it back, doesn't matter what time of year you're at. I want you to have a look at the month ahead, and then I want you to look at the month after that. A lot of people find that summertime is such a busy time. It's hard to kind of keep on track. I totally get that. There's a lot of social commitments, holidays, all sorts of stuff going on. And it can be hard to stay on track. So I want you to look ahead from just now, look at your next coming weekends and see what you've got coming up. If there's going to be things knocking you off track, if you've got maybe a big work project you're working on, maybe you've got some studying deadlines, maybe you've got family events coming up, maybe you're looking after grandchildren or looking after friends' family or looking after, your own children. Just have a look and see what's going on and how busy your calendar is this coming month and the month after that. Because remember, we don't take things a week at a time, really. It's good to look ahead and see what's going on. So are you prepared to go off track? Is it just too busy and you can maybe accept, you know what, I'm maybe not going to make any progress this month? Which can happen, that's all right sometimes. But if there's a way around it, if there's a way that I can help you, then that's even better. Yeah, I don't want you to just maybe resign yourself to saying, right, this month's a write-off. It doesn't have to be. Remember, I'm here to help you. So look ahead. Are there ways to get around it? We'll come to that at the end of these slides. I've got a wee box that you can use, a little kind of traffic light system. It'll help you plan ahead and get your plan B or your backup plans ready. But just look ahead and see what's going on. Maybe you're able to adapt as you go. Maybe think, well, actually, there's a lot going on, but if I'm prepared and organised, if I maybe chat with Fee, get a plan in place, maybe see if there's things that I can do to overcome these obstacles or make sure that they don't become obstacles. Yeah, I can totally smash this month. I can still make progress. I just might need to be a little bit more strict in certain areas, or I might need to, really protect my own diary and make sure people aren't taking my time from me, time that I should be, maybe going for walks or getting exercise in. Remember that it's okay to prioritise looking after yourself, keeping yourself healthy. It's so important. And I know I say that as a fitness coach and I've not, got like a boss to answer to anything, but I've got you guys to answer to. I'm here to help you guys and I'm here to get you results. So yeah, remember how important it is for you to be healthy. If it's job performance is something that you really get a kick out of from, or as a positive side effect from your training, think, well, see if I'm rolling out my bed and I'm exhausted and I'm not sleeping properly because I'm not looking after myself, I'm not training well, I'm not eating well, that's going to have an effect on your job performance or all these other things. So remember, it's more than a workout. It's honestly, these things can just change your day, can change your life, can change how you feel day to day. And that's why we want to make sure if you can adapt as you go, then we do. And maybe just sometimes it can't be helped and you've just got to do what you can. But yeah, are you confident in these habits? So if you've been training with me for a while, if you've been maybe building up little habits for weeks or months or years, you know, sometimes these things take a while to kick in. Are you confident in them now? Are you confident that you can, you know, rely on these habits and not maybe go back to less positive habits? Are you confident that you've been practicing these so much that they're just a part of your daily routine, a part of your life? It might be something like a bedtime routine. You've just been practicing, doing it every single night. For me, it's like a skincare regime. I just, you know, I've really focused in on myself and made sure every night I cannot go to my bed with my makeup on. I need to make sure I've got my moisturiser on, I've got some retinol on and all this jazz. And every night without fail, I just, even if I go to my bed and I've not done it and I'm like in my head, oh my God, just get up and go and do your skincare routine. It takes 2 minutes. So something like that, you know, are you confident that every day you can just drink 2 litres of water? Something as simple as that. Or are you kind of like keen to let that one slide, just, oh, do you know, it's fine. I don't need to worry about that just now. It's not a priority. It might be something like that. It might be making sure you get enough fruit and veg, and whatever your goals are and whatever your little daily habits are you confident in yourself to be able to tick them off every day? Okay, so have a wee think about those ones. Again, you can write them down, look ahead, write down what you've got coming up. Are you able to adapt as you go? What do you think? Are you looking at these things and think, do you know what, actually that's quite manageable, although I've got a lot on, there are ways around it. I can talk to Fiona and see if there's anything that we can do to overcome these, or maybe have some backup plans in place. And or are you just quite confident that you'll be able to still, you know, keep doing what you're doing and you don't really actually need to change anything? Yeah. So the Meatloaf Protocol, let's talk about it. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It's not about being perfect every day, no matter what. No chance. I'm not like that. You know, there's days that I'll maybe sleep in, and I've not got like my kind of morning routine down. I'll be strutting off to work. I've not even had a coffee yet. And sometimes those days you just think, oh God, it's just, I've not started off perfectly. So the day is just a write off after this. But it's not about that. Like I'll be able to get coffee and work. You know, I'll wake up as the day goes on, it'll be fine. You can always catch up. It's not that all or nothing mindset. It's not about everything being perfect. It is about just doing what you can, okay, and making the best of it. So I'm not expecting everyone to be ticking off every single one of these habits every single day. Make sure you get your workout smashed every week. You know, there's going to be days you're just tired and you're not going to be, even if you do a workout, it might not be amazing, but you might feel better for just having moved a little bit. That's okay. There might be days that, you know, you're not eating very well. You've maybe went to work and forgot your lunch. You've maybe had to eat on the go. You might be out and about with your kids and they're wanting a McDonald's or something. You've maybe just went, oh, if I'll have a McDonald's as well. Things like that, you know, we're caught off guard sometimes. And it's not about being perfect, but you can say, well, do you know, I've had a McDonald's for dinner. I can make that work with my calories and I'll just have something a bit lighter tonight, or something that isn't as high, isn't as calorie dense. Yeah, and you can still stay within your calories. Like, done. It's okay. No need to beat ourselves up over something like that. Or it might just be that, you know, you've had your McDonald's, you went over your calories that day, but you've managed to get a walk earlier on, you've managed to drink plenty of water, you managed to get a wee workout in, and you've still ticked off other things in your list. Yeah, you didn't hit your calorie target that day, or you went over your calorie target for that day, but you still managed to do a lot of other things that are in line with your goals. So, you know, it's okay. It's not about being perfect. Like I said, it's about doing the best you can, and we, so it's me as well, I'm in this with you. And like I said, if you're struggling, if you're finding that there's days that you're just overwhelmed, or you feel like the day's gone away from you and you're just so off track, you don't need to wait until I check in to talk to me as well. Remember, you can text me anytime and just let me know what's going on, saying, listen, Fee, like maybe it's got to Wednesday and you're like, the start this week has been rubbish. And I've still got, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday left this week. We've got 4 days. What can I do in these 4 days to get me back on track? And I'll be like, right, this is what we can do. You might just be like, do you know what, this week is going to be hectic. I'm not going to have enough time to get all my workouts in. what can I do? I'm going to be chained to my desk. I'm probably really going to struggle to make time to go for a walk. And then I can help you out from there, and we can see what we can do to get ticking some boxes. Like I said, it doesn't have to be all of them, 2 out of 3 or whatever it might be. There's always something that you can do. So pick your battles. What you write down just now, what are you most confident in out of your daily objectives? So out of your little list of things, what are the ones that you don't really struggle with? Maybe it might be getting your steps in. Maybe you're really active all during the day. Maybe you've got a commute and you already like get a majority of your steps done with that. Maybe you're just always on your feet anyway, whether it's with your job or you're cleaning about the house or going for messages or just quite active in general. It might be out in the garden or something like that. What are ones that you find aren't actually that much of a struggle? And then write down the ones that you find are a little bit tougher, that you need to actually push yourself a little bit more to get done. Okay. And then have a look and say, well, maybe I should prioritise these ones that I struggle with a little bit more because I don't find these ones so difficult. Whereas these ones I really need to make a bit more of an effort. So try and prioritise them, for example. And then it might be that those other ones just take care of themselves and you don't actually need to set aside an hour to go for a walk because you're already getting plenty of steps in during the day anyway. Yeah. So have a wee look at those, write down one side, ones that you find easy, objectives that you find a little bit more difficult, and try and prioritise those ones that you find a bit more difficult. You need to give yourself a bit more of a shove for. Right. This is the traffic light system I was talking about. So I've put some examples in here, but obviously you can do this for yourself. If you've got your own template, then I've left it blank for you to enter your own. But remember, you can refer back to this if you need a bit of advice. So I've got what your goal is, what your barrier is, and then a box that you have to put your Meatloaf Protocol in or your plan B. Okay, so the first example I've used is a woman with a weight loss goal. So her daily objectives are to hit a 1,600 calorie daily target. She's to consume 90 grams of protein, to get 8,000 steps a day, drink 2 litres of water, and 3 workouts per week. So obviously that's not a daily one, the workouts, that's like a weekly target. So she's got to do 3 workouts, but I've kept it in anyway because it's still an important one. So her barrier is that she's currently stressed. She's having a stressful time in work. She's trying to finish projects before she goes off on holiday, and she's struggling to get time away from her desk. So the Meatloaf Protocol I've put in is that she can have lunches prepped, so no time's wasted going to shops or having convenience food. Because you know what it's like when you're up against it, yeah, for time. Even if you're at home or if you're at the office, it's so easy to just go and grab something for quickness. It might be just jumping down to Costa and getting a sandwich or a toasty or something like that, or going to Greg's or going to a takeaway, or somebody's just bringing crap into the office and you're just kind of picking away at it and not actually having a proper meal. So this way, if you've got your lunch in with you, you don't even need to leave your desk, you can have it at your desk. You've got it kept in your bag or whatever, you bring your lunch in, it's there, you have that, and you know that your calories are taken care of, and that's in line with her calorie goal. Hopefully, if she's prepped it, it's in line with her protein goal as well, helping her work towards that for the day. Yes, so at least that's taken care of. The lunch side of things, the diet side of things, she thinks, right, well, I might not, you know, I might be so busy, but at least I know that my diet side of things is taken care of. I'm going to be in my calorie goal today and I'm not going to be over it, and that's going to help me with my weight loss goal. I would probably recommend on a day like that, or maybe even a week like that, to prioritise our walks rather than the workouts, purely because our goal is weight loss, okay? And if this is a short-term thing, then I would say, do you know what, for this week, just try and make sure you get your walks in, because that is going to help with your needs. So that is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and that is, if we've discussed this before, if you're not familiar with it, then we've got other slides on it. But yeah, that is what is going to help increase your metabolism and help you burn more calories, and that's going to help encourage a calorie deficit, which will help you lose weight, which is one of your main goals. And that is going to get you towards your 8,000 steps per day. So I would say, do you know what, don't worry too much about your workouts this week. Try and get some walks, especially if you're stressed. Getting some fresh air and getting away from your desk is going to make you feel a little bit better and help clear your mind a little bit. So when you do go back to your desk, you just get stuck back into your work, okay? And then you're not worrying about, oh my God, I've not got my steps in today, and fretting over that, and that's that one taken care of. And yeah, have a water top-up timer. It's easily done to just sit at your desk, typing away, and maybe drinking coffee, because you know we're trying to keep energized. but not actually drinking enough water, and that's going to make you feel more sluggish. And I think it's really common when we're feeling quite sluggish and we're not hydrated enough to kind of want to eat a bit of junk food as well. That's quite a common thing, and that's not going to be in line with our calorie goal. So if you put even a timer on your phone, which sounds a bit ridiculous, but it actually really helps. I've done it and it's really, really good. It's so helpful because, like I said, you just don't even notice and you're absolutely parched, but you just will still crack on, keep working without having a drink of water on you. So set a wee timer on your phone. It could be like every hour to make sure that you've drank enough water. And if you've got your water bottle or something there and you've not taken a sip out of it in an hour, then you're like, oh shit, I better get some water down me and go and top my bottle up so that I've got more there before the next hour is gone. It doesn't even have to be an hour, it can be every 2 hours. It's whatever suits you pretty much. But yeah, get a water timer on. Maybe have a protein shake in the morning. Again, that is going to help with our protein goal. Or have a little protein yogurt or a snack or something like that, something convenient that's going to give her a good wee protein boost throughout the day, and that'll also keep her full and stop her snacking. And again, that will help with her calorie goal. So that is like so many things that we've been able to overcome already there. Yeah, we're just making sure we've got things in place to stop you from going off track and keep you as on track as possible. So it's not about ticking all the boxes. We've seen there the 3 workouts per week might have been sacrificed. The good thing is for clients that have got one-to-one sessions with me, at least that's kind of a guarantee that you can turn up and we'll take care of it. That's an hour that's taken out of your schedule, that's committed to a workout. So it might just be that she doesn't get the other 2 workouts in, for example, whatever that might be. The second goal, so we've got a woman here, her goal is to improve her fitness and strength. She's got 1 PT session with me and 2 to 3 home workouts that she's to do on her own per week. Our daily step target is 6 to 8,000. She's focusing on developing a healthier diet and doing a daily mini routine. So our barriers are the kids are off school, she's struggling to work from home and look after her kids and fit in her workouts, which is understandable. That must be really, really tricky to try and juggle all that. So what can she do about it? What is her Meatloaf Protocol? What is her 2 out of 3? So can she get the kids involved in her workouts? Although she might not be able to, have that time herself, the workouts might not be as good if the kids are running a riot, but can she get them involved? Can she get them to join in? Or can she just kind of have them sit at peace, maybe watch a bit of TV or sit with the iPad or something, so that mum has just a wee 20 minutes to half an hour to get something done? Can she maybe even split the workouts up? So rather than if it's maybe an hour workout she's got to do, can she split it up into 2 separate workouts? Maybe get up a wee bit earlier in the morning before the kids are up to get it done. Got to do what you got to do if you are really wanting to improve your fitness and strength. Can you get up half an hour earlier to just get a wee workout in? Can you do it, or maybe can you do it when they go to bed? I'd probably say if you can, do it first thing in the morning, get it out the way, so that come bedtime, when the kids are away, you're not just tempted to crawl off the bed as well or stick on Netflix, because if you're absolutely shattered by the end of the day, I imagine it's so tempting to just sack it off. So at least if you do it first thing in the morning, that's it done, taken care of. But it might suit you better to do it later when the kids are in bed. Can you go for a walk with the kids? Is that an option? Or maybe take them to the park or something, use up a bit of energy that way, be up and about on your feet. Can you have some fruit and veggies cut up for snacking? So that kind of ties in with a healthier diet, trying to improve our diet, eat a little bit healthier, get some more fruit and veg in there. If you've got some snacks chopped up, maybe in the fridge, or have them on you when you're out and about, so that you're less likely to go and snack on things that maybe aren't as healthy or in as much in line with her goals. Okay, so that's that one. And then the last one is a weight loss and strength goal. So you get 3 workouts per week, 1 PT session, a 1,500 calorie goal, a bedtime routine, a 3K walk per day, and a limited caffeine intake. So we've got a wee caffeine junkie here. So her barriers are she's not sleeping well, causing her to have lower energy levels, which is meaning she's struggling with her motivation and plan adherence. Yeah, totally get that one. That must be so hard when you're just absolutely shattered, you've got no energy to eat, and it does totally knock your motivation when you're knackered. You're just like, I cannot be bothered doing a workout. Or it might be if you're maybe a bit more of an emotional eater, when you're stressed or tired, you might find that you just don't really want to stick to your plan. You might want to have a bit more comfort food, whether that's snacks or, maybe not eating as healthy, calorie dense foods. whatever it may be. So let's have a look at the Meatloaf Protocol for that one, because as always, there are things you can do to overcome these barriers. So pick the easiest 3 on your list is my top recommendation for this one. If you are really, really tired and it's just everything's a bit of an effort, what are the 3 on your list? Now we spoke about before, what are the ones that are a bit easier for you to do, and then you've got the ones that maybe take a little bit more of a push. You really need to kind of dig in to get those ones done. Pick the easiest ones that you've got and get through those, because that's still going to give you a sense of accomplishment. That's still going to be things that are getting you towards your target. So go with those ones, yeah. They are going to be the ones that require least effort from you. And if you are tired and lacking in energy and motivation, then they're going to be the ones that you can get done. Yeah, so go for the ones that don't require as much effort for you. They might be, you know, the bedtime routine. That might be quite simple for you. You might do a wee bit of meditation or do some stretching or have a read or something, whatever your bedtime routine is. That might be one that you know you can get done that day. Your 3K walk, that might be quite easy if you go for a wee walk every day. Maybe that's one of her more difficult ones if she's finding that she's just so tired and just wants to kind of be comfy and cozy in the house. That might take a little bit more motivation for her to go. So that might not be the one. The caffeine intake one might be a bit of a struggle because she's knackered and she's wanting a coffee or 10 to just try and get her through the day. So that might not be an easy option. Our PT session might be one of the easier ones because, like I says, if you've got that booked in with me, that's a commitment. That's an hour out your day. If she was to cancel, she might lose that session. So they've got that incentive to get her butt in the gym and see me and get it done. Yeah, it might be the calorie goal. That might one be a wee bit easier. She just knows that maybe she doesn't struggle as much with her calories. Maybe she's not an emotional eater, and maybe she knows, right, I can get that one done. I can eat well today, and get my bedtime routine done. Maybe get my walk in. Whatever the easier ones are, get them done first. And if you know there are ones that are tougher, then you can always message me and say, look, I'm struggling today. These are my easier ones. I'm ticking these off, but you know, I really can see it far enough getting a workout done, or I really can't be arsed going for my walk. And I'll be like, right, okay, well, what can we do about that? Is it feasible that today is just an off day? And we'll accept that you might not get your walk done, or will we say, well, do you know what, you just need a wee kick up the backside, go and get your walk done, you'll feel better for it. There's always options, but what can you confidently stick to on those days that you're really tired? What can you confidently tick off and get done? And what are the ones that you might, you know, you'll see how the day goes, you might get them done, but you might not. But at least you've managed to do 2 out of 3, and that ain't bad. It's not about being perfect, it's just about getting whatever you can done within reason. Okay, so I hope you found that quite helpful. Like I said, go through your own one, write down what your goals are, write down what your barriers are, and then if you can do it yourself, write down how you're going to overcome these goals. What can you do? If you need a hand, like obviously speak to me as well. I'll be more than happy to help you out with those ones. But yeah, that's absolutely cool. If you need a hand with those, that is what I'm here for. So I hope you found that really useful today, and it's maybe just helped take a bit of pressure off, and maybe just giving you a better understanding that I'm not expecting you to be ticking all the boxes every day, all day. It's okay to have periods of time. There's always ebbs and flows through our journey. Just because you're maybe doing the 90-day program or something with me, or you're beyond it, doesn't mean that you've only got those 90 days and then, oh my God, what happens after that? If you've got 90 days, there's always going to be something coming up. You're not going to have 90 perfect days. That is not what we're expecting at all. We're just wanting you to be able to learn how to, you know, manage your priorities better, so that you've got a bit more balance, so that you're not feeling stressed out. And this isn't another thing adding stress to your life. It should be improving your quality of life, and it's just to help you, like I said, get that balance and make sure you know what to prioritise and when. Okay, so like I said, if you need a hand, let me know. I'm always here for you guys. Whatever you need, you can always just shoot me a message. Remember not to just wait for a check-in. Yeah, if you're maybe having a tough day, just shoot me a message. If you need help with anything, let me know. Even if you want a wee voice note, whatever you need, then let me know. But hopefully this is going to help you have a little plan of action in place. I have some backup plans using the Meatloaf Protocol to get you prepared for, you know, certain busy times of your life. It might not just be this summer. It might be in months to come. Remember, obviously, Christmas is the end of the year. That's a mental time. You've already got this. So in the lead up to Christmas, you can be like, well, do you know what, November, December are going to be wild. what can I do? But we're only in July, so we don't need to think that far ahead yet. But it's just to let you know that this is something that you can use forever. This protocol, it's not just something that you can use just now. It's something that it's a really handy tool that you'll be able to use for a long, long time. All right, guys, so I hope you found that helpful, and thank you so much for watching this wee tutorial.